The water bill was 3 times higher than usual, and I immediately realized that something was fishy. The pipes were old and could have leaked, but not so suddenly. I went out into the yard, approached the fence, and listened. The hum of the pump hit the ground like an earthquake. Someone was clearly pumping water with such greed, as if they had found oil. The source of the noise was Karen's plot. But let's go back a little. I live in a new village without a centralized water supply. In order to somehow exist, I had to build everything from scratch. I drilled a well, installed filters, and laid pipes. 3 years and invested a lot of money, and now I had water. And then Karen appeared, the head of the HOA. First, she sent a fine for the color of my mailbox. Then there was an official reprimand for parking near my own house. And now she's stealing my water. At night, I made sure that everything inside was turned off, but the pressure gauge needles stubbornly showed pressure. I installed the camera in a dummy stone and waited. The next morning, reviewing the recording, I saw movement. At 2:17, someone was sneaking up to Karen's barn with a flashlight. 20 minutes later, he came out with pipes and a branch pipe, Karen, in overalls with a headlamp. And everything fell into place. Her lush lawn in the midst of a drought, a fountain, a pool, hoses. She doesn't just steal a couple of buckets, she lives on a full water supply at my expense. I continued watching, installed a couple more cameras. For a week, not a single day without watering. I came to her calmly, with a flash drive in my hand. She opened the door. "Karen, you connected to my pipe."
What are you talking about, old senile?
She snapped.
Nothing better to do? Maybe you should check again to see if I'm stealing your Wi-Fi?
I came home, sat down, and thought. The police? They'll shrug. The court? Years and nerves. Complain to the HOA? She's the empress there. And then I remembered the rusty tank behind the barn. Half of it was stinking muck. The rains had flowed in there a year ago. The solution came to me on its own. In the evening, I dug up the backup line, led it to the tank. I connected everything, turned the valve, and here it is, a viscous, stinking mass flowing through the hose. I shut off the clean water. On Saturday, she had a HOA meeting. At noon, a thick stream gushed from her hose. Karen screamed, recoiled, fell into a flower bed, covered in mud. The people were shocked. The guests had run away. The next morning was suspiciously quiet. After lunch, Karen came. She didn't knock. She pounded on the door with her fists.
What have you done, bastard? You've ruined my lawn.
Do you have permission to connect to my system? I interrupted. She blinked. Then she screamed.
Go to hell. This is a public good. Are you greedy for water? Who the hell are you?
In the evening, she pasted up leaflets about me being a greedy neighbor. The members of her garden club listened to her fiery speeches in front of my fence.
This egoist thinks that water is only his, and we are not people?
Then she called an emergency meeting of the HOA. She screamed that I had put the community in danger, that this was sabotage against the community system.
He must be punished,
she screamed.
He broke the rules. He betrayed us.
I realized it was time. I collected everything, photos, videos, calculations. I sent it to my friend from the local media. A couple of days later, an article came out with a bold headline. Water theft in the backyard. OA chairman uses someone else's well. Karen was swept away like a hurricane. A week later, she was removed from her position. The HOA was obliged to compensate for all expenses, for water, for pipes, for a pump. 7 months of living at my expense. And now justice.